Camelot TV network, and we need your help. I repeat, we need your help. Please share this broadcast, subscribe to this channel. We need your help. Good evening, and as I say, this is Camelot Castle TV network. We are broadcasting live, and tonight we need your help, and I'm actually asking each and every one of you to help us. I'm asking you to help yourselves, and I'm asking you to help others. I'm also asking you to have others help others, and I would very, very much appreciate it. And I'm asking you in the nicest possible way if you would share this broadcast immediately across all of your platforms. And I'll tell you why. Today, former President Trump announced that he is launching a new social media network. This is so important. This media network may spell the end of planetary suppression. Now, the importance of today cannot be underestimated out there for those of us who care about freedom, for those of us that care about free speech, for those of us that would like to see President Trump re-elected in America and back in the White House, for those of us who would like to see the suppression that we've all been subjected to since Trump left the Oval Office, the censorship that we have been subjected to. It is absolutely vital that this new social media network survives and wins and expands and becomes the dominant force on the internet. Now, on the screen in front of me, you can see the tweet that I put out, and the first thing I would like you to do is, if you don't have a Twitter account, open a Twitter account, and it's not very difficult to do. You just sign up. It's a very, very simple thing to do, and what I would like you to do is to learn how to retweet if you haven't done it before, and where it says RT, that means retweet, and I would like each and every one of you to retweet that message or that tweet. It is very, very important, and share this great news about a brand new social media network. Now, Irina and I do have considerable insight into that social media network. You will also find our announcement on our Facebook page, and go to the website. This new network is called Truth Social, and you will find it at truthsocial.com. It is very, very important, and I want each and every one of you, I need your help. I need you to go to work tonight and get that message shared across all of your social media platforms, across any email addresses that you have. Write to people, communicate to people, ask others to do the same thing. And please, please, please share this very broadcast to do this. And I'm going to get into why that is. And why this particular new social media network may indeed spell the beginning of the end of the planetary suppression that all of us have been subjected to. Now, I understand out there in freedom fighting world that there are many, many theories as to why and what happened in the last presidential election. And they're all very interesting, and they are all discussed. However, what is important is the future. And one of the simple laws of life is if you cannot communicate, if you cannot have your truth received by someone, then there is no way that you can achieve what it is that you are trying to achieve. Now, the weapon of attack that the enemies of freedom have used, and this is not something that started with President Trump, is they attempted to cut communication lines, to prevent communication from reaching. And to be honest with you, the West has been asleep. And what has occurred in the West is that a tremendous amount of power gathered to a tiny, tiny number of corporations that own and control the communication lines of planet Earth, whether that is AT&T, whether that is Facebook, whether that is Twitter, whether that is Instagram. But we find ourselves as freedom-fighting individuals, as individuals that wish to uphold free speech, in an impossible position. I myself had a horrendous experience with Twitter. At the end of the 2016 election, Camelot Castle and myself, we had a total of 650,000 Twitter followers. Now, on the first purge of Twitter, Twitter removed hundreds of thousands of our followers from our account, and they left us with 150,000 followers. A few days after, I put out a very simple preference. All I said is that I would prefer to welcome the unvaccinated to our home at Camelot Castle. Why? I put out, I'm actually not even going to say it here on Facebook, what my reasons were. You can Google it and you can find out what I did say. Because frankly, if I say it, this particular broadcast is going to be censored. And the level of censorship that we now have, anyway, to cut a long story short, because of what I said on Twitter, my Twitter account was removed. Now, Camelot Castle TV has a Twitter account, and that is the Twitter account below. That is still going. We began that, and that is now building up. And I would very, very much appreciate it if each and every one of you that is watching this, it would be great if you could follow that account and ask others to follow it. Any freedom fighters that you know out there, it would be very, very helpful if you could do that. But this tonight is not about me, it's not about my following, it's not about the suppression that I've been hit with. This is about the suppression that each and every one of you has been hit with. You, each and every one of you, you know what you've run into. You know how many people on here that are watching this broadcast right now have experienced some type of censorship on social media. I'd just be very interested. Are you aware of, or have you personally experienced some type of censorship? GB says, Truth Social, is this it? Yes, that is it. That is the new. So go on there, subscribe, and each and every one of you will be then part of the beta test. Now, why do we know that this is going to be? Why do we know that this is going to be so vital, so important? Is because former President Trump, to my knowledge, has been approached by about 15 different social media networks asking him to engage with them after he was banned from Twitter. Now, as you know, because of our relationships in Washington, we do sometimes get very, very precise insider knowledge as to what is actually going on. And the truth of the matter is that President Trump has not yet engaged with any of the major alternative platforms. Now he is going to. Now he is going to use his influence and his power to get behind censorship. Now look at what we're seeing here in the comments. Look at what we're seeing. I asked you to participate in this broadcast, and I wanted to know if any of you out there have experienced some type of social media censorship. So what answers do we have? No share button, 30-day bans, a hell of a lot. Ian Turner, you've been censored. Yvonne Taylor says she's been shadow banned. Carolina Campbell says yes, many times. Look, she's been censored. This young lady has been censored many times. Kate Snyder says, oh yes, censorship on Facebook. Bradley Chapman. Bradley, one of the great freedom fighters of this world. How are you, Bradley? Lovely to see you on the broadcast. Bradley Chapman says, if you say anything against the controlled narrative, you are branded a conspiracy theorist. Just look at that. If you say anything against the controlled narrative, you are branded a conspiracy theorist. What the hell has the world come to, Bradley? So who else has experienced censorship on here? Sally Schwamber, yes, many censorship. Jane Russell says yes a few times. She has. Len Firewood says, have already been sharing this good news. I really appreciate it. Cindy Corbus said, yes, one day I said, God bless Trump, and I was put in Facebook jail. Also a while back said, God bless Tommy Robinson. Deja vu. Carl Williams says, a lot of my stuff gets deleted for telling the truth. Wow. Tanya Hawks. I mean, it's almost everybody on here. I mean, look at this. I'm showing you this because people watching this 10 years down the road are not going to believe this happened in England and in America, the birthplace of freedom. I mean, listen, King Arthur's Round Table, which sits here next door in the Great Hall at Camelot Castle, King Arthur's Round Table. This was the birthplace of free speech. This is where democracy began. And we here are being censored by a few people. And to be honest with you, all of us here, and we're all responsible for this. We've all been asleep, and we allowed the communication lines of this planet to end up in the hands of some very dodgy characters. Very dodgy characters. Now, Julie Fuzzett says, this is great. I've been campaigning with the Brexit Party. Yes, many times. Yes, warning on account. 2 30-day bans. Facebook jail for 30 days. Christine Chambers. Several times for 30 days. I mean, what are you all? Political dissidents? Or are you just normal human beings? Is it honestly the case that everybody that watches Camelot Castle TV network should be being banned and censored? Is that what we're saying? Look at this. Alexandra Halpin, yes, Facebook and Instagram. Nicola Snell says, yes, I'm always censored. Bradley, Yvonne Taylor says, correct, Bradley. Alan Kobe says it's unreal. Twice, 24 hours for Facebook, you were censored. Sally Swanberg says it's almost a daily thing to be censored now. Yes, I'm not going to read that comment. Shadow banned and fact checked the whole time. Pat McGuire says, I've had 30-day bans over and over again. Lost count. How many times? Lutton Whitehouse says, yes, many. Same. Wow. Look at these comments. I can't read that, Bradley, because I'm going to get censored. Sorry. Restricted, fact-checked every day still. Had several 7 and 30-day bans on Facebook. How did we get here? That is a good question, Tanya Hoxter. How did we get here? I'm going to tell you. Personal irresponsibility. It's each of our fault. We, each of us, are partially responsible for allowing the communication lines of civilization to fall into enemy hands. That's how we got here. That's how we got here. We handed them over. We started using these platforms, knowing that they were controlled by people that did not have mankind's best interests at heart. Banned for 30 days. They don't want us to have any freedom. Wow. So Tani Hoxter, yeah. Look at that. I was sent to jail for my 4th of July President Trump picture as soon as I posted. Speaking on social media these days is an adventure in itself. Continually having fact checker points on my Facebook. Look at this. Every single one of you. I mean, this is unbelievable. Please share this broadcast, because I want every single person in the world to realize the level of censorship on social media today. We are living in some modern day bloody China syndrome. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look at this. No, we shouldn't be banned for telling the truth. Daily censorship is the norm. Unfortunately, you can't put truth up without it. News headlines this morning was I can't talk about that. You see, I can't even talk about medical procedures on here. As soon as I open the Facebook broadcast will just go down. That's what happens. Many times they've been censored. Wow, somebody says it's a badge of honor. Well, it's a badge of something. It's a badge that proves that we are absolutely censored. So listen, the good news is, and you can see this announcement on my Facebook. I'm going to put it up on the screen again here. This is very important. Just going to put it up. And here it is. Today, for those of you that are new on this broadcast, it was an announcement by Don Jr. that President Trump is launching a new social media network. And what I would like each and every one of you to do is open your Twitter accounts right now and retweet this message. And I want to tell you this, that Irina, my wife, and myself, and all of Camelot Castle and Camelot Castle TV are fully 1,000% behind Truth Social. 1,000%. And we are going to do whatever we can. We are going to bust a gut to make sure that this new social media network is successful. And what I would like each and every one of you to do is to do the same. There has to be a clean, trusted social media network that can expose the crimes of those people that are attempting to suppress planet Earth today. Because it's all very well, when a planet is hit by a black propaganda campaign or by a campaign of lies, it's all very well to correct the lies and to keep correcting the lies. But the main thing that you need to do is you need to investigate who is telling the lies, and you need to investigate these individuals for their crimes. You need to investigate these individuals for their crimes, and you need to expose their crimes. It is very, very important. It is the most important step in handling a black propaganda attack. If all you do is you simply keep filling the vacuum and saying, well, this wasn't true and that wasn't true and I didn't do this and I didn't do that, and trying to disprove all the negatives, which is always hard. And let's face it, not one human being, not any of you there, not me, none of us are perfect. We've all done things in our lives that we shouldn't have done. Some have done more than others that they shouldn't have done, but none of us are perfect. So you can always be accused of something. You can always be accused of something. That doesn't make somebody that's done, a few negative things in their life, that doesn't make them a bad person. This is a fact of living. Please understand that. But if somebody is constantly attacking you, when overall what you've been doing in life is a good thing. Nobody's suggesting, for instance, that Trump is perfect. Nobody's suggesting that any human being alive is perfect. But when you get an incessant black propaganda attack on a culture and on the icons of a culture that are helping it to survive, the people whose ideas are lifting that culture up, then you know one thing for sure, that the individual or the group of individuals that is doing the attacking has crimes for which they should be in jail. And so the important second step is that these crimes need to be investigated. And once they're discovered, they need to be exposed and acted upon. It is very, very important step. Because otherwise these characters just keep going and they keep going and they keep going. It is a vital, vital step in the direction of handling any type of a black propaganda attack. Now, one of the most beautiful things about the truth movement, and I think the truthsocial.com is going to be you can actually see the initial website and you can sign up today and you will be part of the beta test of Truth Social. I will be posting a lot more stuff about this. I will be getting a lot more information about this from our friends in Washington and our friends down at Mar-a-Lago. And as soon as I get information about this, I am going to share it with you. I'm probably going to be sharing it on our Telegram channel. So do please subscribe to Camelot Castle TV Network Hub on Telegram, and also the chat channel. We've got two channels. One is a one-way thing where I just put stuff out, and the other channel is a chat channel, and you can get on there and you can put information on there. And please put true information on there. As much as we like to be entertained, we are purely interested in the truth. So make sure before you post something on there that you have verified it to the best of your ability and that you are certain that it is true. Because people putting out lies, they're not helping the truth movement in any way, shape or form, and there's been a lot of stuff bandied about, and we don't want to give the enemy ammunition on us in any way, shape or form. That wouldn't be right. So that is the good news of today. There is going to be a fantastic, absolutely fantastic, new, truthful, uncensored social media network, and I'm sure knowing the family as we do, that President or former President Trump and his family, Don Jr. has a fantastic understanding of social media. He's got one of the largest social media accounts in America. He's very, very skilled on social media. He's very close friends with Charlie Kirk, who also has one of the largest social media presences in America. I'm sure that every conservative powerhouse is going to get behind this particular new thing because, listen, free speech and the vital necessity of not being censored is so incredible. So I pray tonight, and I'd like all of you to join me in a prayer at home. And I pray that we each of us do everything we possibly can to restore free speech to this world, to restore the freedom and the love to America with which it was created, to restore the freedom and love to all mankind with which mankind was created, and to those countries that have fallen to the suppression of life, which has been vicious in the last 10 years, and the last 2 years has been horrendous. We pray that this new social media network is the beginning of the end of the suppression of this planet. And each and every one of you, I would ask you to do your part. Now, that is that. And as I say, I'm going to show it to you one more time. Here we go. I'm going to show it to you one more time. My help, I'm asking you for help today. And what I'm asking you to do is each and every one of you open a Twitter account if you haven't got one. If you do have a Twitter account, click on this link on the screen. There you go. And retweet that tweet. That would be something that you could do to help us all and to help the launch of this network. And I'm hoping that all of us can be part of this very, very spectacular launch. It's going to be beta tested in the lead up to 2022, and in the first quarter of 2022 it is going to be launched, and I'm sure that they have done a great job. Now, I have some other news tonight. On Saturday, we are going to be receiving Tamara, who is that incredible rap star for freedom, and she was the young lady who did this video. Some of you may have seen it on the Telegram channel. I can't post it on here because I'll be banned, but I will post it again on Telegram after this broadcast. That video where there's two characters talking about the current situation. So she's and she's coming to stay this weekend. And I'm thinking about doing a little coffee morning for her on Sunday to welcome her to the greatest freedom fighting county in Britain. So if any of you would like to attend that, let me know in the comments, and I think she would very much like to meet some of you. So there we go. This is fantastic. See, Aline Pope says, yes, I've experienced Facebook censorship many times. Twitter also closed my account permanently, and I have no idea why. Look at this woman. Look, rather lovely young lady. Now, Eileen, don't despair. Don't despair, because truthsocial.com is the answer to all of our prayers. It is the answer to all of our prayers. And what I would like each and every one of you to do is to go to truthsocial.com, subscribe to it, and share the tweet that I put up on my Facebook page. And put it on every possible platform. And that's the one thing I would ask you to do. I don't often ask any of you for help at any time at all. These broadcasts, we don't do them for financial reasons. It's probably suicidal for me business-wise. Because not everybody agrees with my position. And people say, well, you're a businessman serving cream teas and treacle tarts in Cornwall. Why on earth should you be commenting on the issues of the day? Well, the reason is because my dear son, who is 6, who obviously, we love deeply, he's growing up in the current world, and I don't want him to grow up. I grew up in a world, I was born into a country where we had free speech. That country no longer exists. There is no such thing as free speech in England anymore. If you say the wrong thing, you lose your job. This is absolutely horrendous. We don't have a medical sovereignty anymore. You can't choose which medical treatments you have and which you don't have. If you do choose, and if you make the wrong decision, according to the quote-unquote authorities in this country, you lose your job. What the hell has happened? And I'll tell you what's happened, is we surrendered control of our communication lines to a media elite who do not give a damn about you. Please understand that. The people that own the principal media networks on this planet and the principal social media networks on this planet do not give a rat's ass about you. They use those media networks to feather their own nests, to support the things that are going to benefit them. I know these people, and that's who they are. Please understand that. Please understand that. They are not your friends. They are not decent, good people. Now, that is why the launch of Truth Social is so, so important for all mankind, not just America, by the way. This isn't about Trump. This isn't about the Trump family. This isn't really about the election of Trump. No. This is about something very, very special indeed. This is about the reclaiming and the restoration of free speech on planet Earth. It's been a long time coming. Discussions about this started to happen, to my knowledge, prior to the presidential election in 2016. That's how long this concept has been in the pipe. People have been talking about the Trump family creating a free speech network for a long time. So that's what's happened. It's fantastic news. And please, please, please share this video and share the tweet that you will find on Facebook below this video. Now, the good news is we've got Tamara coming here. Let me know if you think that would be interesting. Do a little coffee morning for her, for those of you that are in the Tintagel area or in Cornwall. And the second thing is, on the 30th, and this is completely disrelated to all things, we are doing a screening of the original, which is Halloween weekend. We're going full on Halloween here, and we are doing a screening of the original Dracula movie starring Laurence Olivier and Donald Pleasance, and it's going to be screened in the Great Hall of Camelot Castle. We've got a massive projector in there, and it's going to be very, very exciting indeed. And people don't realise this, that Dracula movie was actually filmed here at Camelot Castle. And if any of you know what role this hotel played in that film, you can stick it in the comments. That's your quiz for tonight. What was this building used for in the original film starring Frank Langella? Frank Langella, who I met actually when I lived in Hollywood. And that was before, of course, I bought Camelot Castle in 1999. So we are doing a screening of that, and everybody is welcome to come. You do need a ticket because there is a guest list, as there's a limited number of seats. But anybody who would like to come and experience the original Dracula film that was filmed here at Camelot Castle, you'd be more than welcome to. You'd be more than welcome. So look at some of these comments. Wow. Oh, look at this. Elias Batek said, I worked in Camelot Castle. Great experience. Elias, lovely to hear from you. Do come and help us again if you feel like it. I'm sure just contact Marek. And if ever you're at loose end and you'd like to come and do some work here in the summer again, love to have you back. Charlie Barton says, rap is great for getting a message across. It surely is. And we're backing 2 rappers now. Ramis, we're going to have, we're trying to raise the money to get Ramis a rap battle bus. And so that he can drive around the country. We can have some big speakers on the back of the bus and he can educate the children into free speech and common sense. So that would be rather fun. So if anybody would feel like making a donation in the direction of Ramis, that would be lovely, and we'll make sure that gets them. Doc Martin, was it also in Camelot? Yes, it was, Heinrich. We did. 3 Doc Martin episodes have been filmed at Camelot Castle. The first episode, when he was hired, the wedding, and there was another one where a baby got lost. Christine Chim, who else here loves Ramis? Who loves Ramis? And who thinks we should back Ramis and get behind Ramis? That's something we're doing. So listen, we've had a great day here at Camelot Castle today. Lots of very exciting things. The best news, literally, of the decade is that Truth Social is going to be launching, and Irina, myself, and Camelot Castle and all of our staff are 100% behind that. Because why? Free speech is everything. Read through these comments. And I'll just ask again, has anyone on here been censored? If you have, make a comment and let us know. When were you censored? What happened? Have you been censored? Have you personally been censored? So that's what we're doing. I need your help. I genuinely need your help. You need your help because it's your world too. We are responsible for the mess that the media is in because we surrendered the communication lines of civilization to a bunch of people that do not give a stuff about you or a stuff about me. Why on earth would we do that? We must be idiots. That's the situation that we are now in. And we turn on the TV every day. I don't, but people do. And we listen to totally biased claptrap that comes out of these people's mouths. These newsreaders are given the scripts to read. And what they're telling you has got very, very little to do with the truth, and it's got everything to do with what is going to line the pockets of the people to whom they are enslaved. That is the situation. Sue Chippendale likes Ramis. Ramis is amazing. It was a fantastic interview. He's potentially saved lives. Amazing. Amazing. Wow. Henrik says, just today on Facebook, you can't today say your opinion on psychiatry. Well, that doesn't surprise me at all, because behind every idiot is a psychiatrist. Behind every evil act in the world is a psychiatrist. And they protect themselves. And, these are the characters currently continuing the hypnosis program in the world. So I understand that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been lovely spending some time with you. Do please retweet. That's the one thing I would ask you to do. And I'm hoping to go onto my Twitter account after this broadcast and see hundreds and hundreds of retweets, which will show that all of you have done and are helping. And that would make me very, very happy indeed. Thank you so much indeed. And we will see you again very, very soon. And all of our love from Camelot, where freedom is becoming a reality and friendship is the greatest treasure.
you.